Yo, what's up, team? Welcome back to J3 Entertainment. You guys know what time it is.
Review time.
Yes, it is, brother. And what are we reviewing tonight?
It's finally here. Tonight, we are reviewing Black Adam.
Black Adam. We finally got a Black Adam film.
We finally got a Black Adam film, and I've been waiting on this film since high school where they first fan cast The Rock as Black Adam, and those Photoshop pictures were surfing across the internet. It's finally here.
It was the perfect fit. Right after Scorpion King was like, he needs to be the Black Adam.
He still had hair back then, but that's okay.
Bruh, it was like, yo, he needs to be Black Adam. It worked. It works. I even did a video back in my early movie hopper days, and I sent it to Dwayne Johnson through a DM like, yo, this is why I need you to be Black Adam.
Yep, and because of that video, we had
that 3-minute video.
He was like, save.
You're gonna see my name in the credits. Shout out to J3 from J3 Entertainment.
Special thanks to J3 Entertainment.
That'd be great, right?
Huh.
Shoot, we blowing up.
DC don't give people credit.
They just now giving Bill Finger his credit.
Huh.
But anyway, we're here to review Black Adam. First, I want to say what a cool experience watching Black Adam for the first time in theaters. Had so much fun watching it with my bros and my kids. It was really cool watching this movie, man.
Yeah, man. The kids seemed to really enjoy it, man. It was great. I felt like I could turn into a kid and watch this movie, cut my brain off, and just watch all this dope action. And the dope action did not disappoint. Oh, my God.
2022 has been an eye-opener, I think, to Hollywood as far as how to really make movies and how to have fun in movies again, which I really enjoy lately in a lot of these films we've been watching. Like, some movies are bad, and some movies are good, but at the end of the day, that experience is still cool. It's like, yo, okay.
I must say, it is great to be back in the theaters after being gone from them so long during COVID.
Hell yeah. But let's get into this review. Okay. First thing first, let me tell you guys, this is a spoiler review.
Only way to do it.
Cannot hold my punches on this one. I got to talk about some things. So this will be a spoiler review. If you don't want to be spoiled, feel free. Go ahead and press that like button. Subscribe to J3 Entertainment. Push watch later and come back.
Let's go.
All right. Now that we all solved that.
Yep.
This is how we like to review these movies on J3 Entertainment. We like to talk about that good, that bad. Talk about the film as a whole, the directing, the acting, the cinematography, everything that you guys like to really engage in as a film. We'll talk about that, and we're going to give our favorite scenes, then we're going to give a grade. All right, bro, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get into the good.
Well, can I just say my good is this. Just seeing The Rock portray Black Adam, he brought that character to life.
Yeah.
This guy fully embodies this character like all the greats, like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and so on and so on. From now on, he is Black Adam, period. He embodied this role, bro. When they woke him up and he didn't have, who am I, where am he got straight to killing everybody that was attacking him. That's Black Adam. He ain't wasting no time. I don't owe you no explanation. I'm not a good guy. I'm not going to beat you up. Killing everybody. Yeah. And I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That was really cool seeing Dwayne Johnson come just take this.
He had his own slow motion thing. Like, oh, take that, Quicksilver. Sit down. Like, this is how you really do it.
Hey, he was tight. I love how they portrayed his power.
Because better than the whole Quicksilver slow motion thing, I like how it was breaking down how he was seeing how bullets work. Like, what's this? This explodes. Let me throw that back at you.
See.
Like,
what is this?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, that was dope. It was like, if I'm a god and I'm super speed and I'm watching this, that's how I would do it. Like, what does this do? Is this an arrow? No? Yeah. Oh, okay. I love that. That scene was dope.
Yeah. He really put in work on that. For a good for me, honestly, just seeing the action. You guys know why I was coming to see this movie. I knew The Rock was going to change superhero movies moving forward or I'll say comic book movies moving forward because he was able to show us violence, action, and fights. Something we've been slacking. Yeah. Hollywood's been slacking in the comic book area lately because the actions are very subtle. You get a little shaky cam. We was able to really get them action parts that make you say, God, oh shoot! You see that?
When he threw that dude arm?
He was just handling things. Yeah. So that was my good. I
think it shows studios that like, hey, you can kill people in these movies and the kids won't get upset.
Yeah, my kids didn't even care. It was like, yeah, give me more.
It's like a gang of moms in these studios. You can't show them violence. Yes, you can, lady. Shut up.
They playing Grand Theft Auto and
Shut
Call
up,
of Duty.
Karen.
They showing both of those. But let's go ahead and get into the bad. What you like about this movie, man?
Oh my God, bro. Like, all right, this movie had a lot of different supporting characters in it, and some of them were good to see, but others were not. I wanted to see a Black Adam movie, and I felt like it's not fair. He had to share his movie with the introduction of the JSA. DC, stop cutting corners, bro. You gotta do like Marvel, introduce 1 or 2 new characters a movie, briefly give us their background, and go on. Trying to give us 6 new characters and not tell us where nobody came from. Come on, man. I know these characters, but for the flow of the movie or how they plan on doing it in their own DCEU, explain it. Is this Hawkman Thanagarian? What's up?
Yeah.
Why in the boo didn't talk to Dr. Fate? Come on, what's going on? Where did you get that coming from? Show me that, bro. Stop being lazy. You could have sacrificed a little less of that little boy talking and Isis talking to give me a little bit more of where Hawkman and Dr. Fate came from.
He ain't lying.
For me, my bad is exactly, it has a lot to do with what you just said. I didn't like certain characters as far as how they were being utilized in the film. I understand Isis, I understand her son, but the way Hollywood portrayed those individuals was very distasteful. It was like, why are they doing this and why are you here? We're in Kahndaq. Kahndaq is being held down by a ruling of Intergang, and they're running around doing things to get hurt. And you would think they would be a little bit, smarter on their toes, but besides that, they're just doing bad things. And it's crazy. It's like how they just didn't work with what we were getting.
No.
And I felt it was a poor choice to use that element of those characters. I think the characters could have worked because they could have showed something, like maybe the boy looked like Black Adam's son.
Yes, that's what I thought they were going to go for.
And he sees it and he sees Isis in her, even though her name is Isis, but he sees her, he's like, oh snap. And it kind of brings him to wanting to be around them. But instead of that, it was kind of like you're a hero and I know you're a hero because you could have killed me, but you didn't. Like, nah.
Really?
Go away.
That's why I'm a hero?
Yeah, go away. Yeah, I didn't like that. And then 1 minute they're about not hurting people, then they are. It's like, I didn't like those two characters. For the most part, I thought they should have used, they could have used them in a different light and it would have been better, more refreshing.
They could have actually kept the original son and he could have just been like, had hair and been like a reincarnation of his son maybe or something like that.
Or just had the other kid play his son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it would have worked more on it sounds cliche, but it would have made more sense with how the story was being driven. Yeah. But let's go and talk about the film as a whole. I want to start with this since I was already talking about the kid. The story was bad. It was dreadful. Terrible story. It was all over the place. It was very choppy. I expected to get this because this is a WWE Black Adam movie. And you guys remember from WWE, they had storylines for almost 30 years, and we can barely remember none of them because they don't matter. As long as the ass whoop is delivered, that's all I'm here for. The story is very choppy, and if they're going to move forward with this character, they got to improve their story. They got to give true backgrounds to these characters so you can move on and get into other properties with these characters because these characters mean a lot to the universe of DCU.
They need these characters to continue and try to pick up the pieces from these some movies are good, some movies are bad record that DC has right now.
Yeah.
They need like a straight 3 movies that are just dope. And right now they're not doing it.
He ain't lying.
Man, as far as directing, man, I love what this director did. He brought a breath of fresh air to superhero movies. The scenes he chose to shoot and how he chose to shoot them were so dope. Even on a better than Man of Steel level. And let me explain why.
Okay.
They zoom in a little too close and you got to see only one object and then they cut and then they zoom into the other object. He chose the perfect level for these wide shots where it shows 2 objects in frame with the right resolution acting upon each other. That is the best way you do 2 superheroes fighting that exist and can move within 4 dimensions. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it done on this level yet. Dope. He gets my applause for that because I know how hard that is to do.
For me, the acting is okay. Like I spoke of the other 2 characters, they were written poorly, but Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate was what amazing. I call amazing. I was expecting nothing less but epicness coming from him, from that costume, the acting. I did want a little bit more, and we'll talk about that later on, but what he brought to the table opened that door. This movie truly opened the door with these characters because even Aldous Hodge as Hawkman gave us something we've never seen on screen before. We've seen Dr. Fate and we've seen Hawkman on screen on television, and we never got this style of him. And it was very unique seeing how these 2 actors coexist with The Rock. I thought they really brought something together. The young lady that played Cyclone and the young gentleman that played Adam Smasher were really good. For the most part, those that were in costume were really good, and you could tell that there was a line of passion behind these characters, and it felt like if we don't perform like we should, this might be our last chance. And it really felt like that, and I thought the acting was really good on that part. Some elements, like I said, the side characters, stuff like that, they were just kind of just forced in because you had to kind of give the script something, because you have to have a reason why Black Adam didn't do what he did.
Right.
But all it took was a real ass whooping to stop him. But
and it really showed.
Yeah, and it was bad. But for the most part, the acting is okay in this movie.
Yeah. I feel like where weaker actors failed, stronger actors prevailed, and overall it brought balance to the movie. Visually, this movie was stunning, man. I loved seeing his lightning effects upon the explosions and the stone. It's very hard to get good, gritty details like that when they try to shoot in the daytime. That's why I typically do it at night. But as far as that goes, for the most part, they got it right. However, the CG did lack in certain aspects. It was very great on characters like Black Adam, outside of one scene where he gets his face gets a little warped, like what'd you call it, a little bit of Scorpion King.
Yeah, it looked like it.
And this is one scene he flies, so I'm like, hold on, what happened to his face? Outside of that, him and Hawkman, visuals on point. But Doctor's fake cape turns a little Play-Doh-y in the last fight scene. Adam Smasher, when he gets big, he loses resolution here and there. It happens so much that it was really noticeable. And we're watching the XD, you could really tell. Y'all got to do better, bro. Somebody sits down and watches like, that's okay. No, it's not. How does this scene look like this and this scene look like Play-Doh?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, you gotta stop it on those notes. I'll say the score was not memorable. Black Adam's theme, maybe they need to put a little more kick in it. I don't remember it.
The music they chose for this movie as a whole was poor. Like, I don't think Painted Black was a good song for his awakening scene. It felt a little cringe. And again, with the Kanye West power. Like, how many times we gonna use that song in superhero movies? This like the third one, ain't it?
Yeah.
Some old 40-year-old white guy picking. They're like, this one, right? This one. Kanye's cool, right? Right, kids? He's cool. Stop.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because it kind of holds it back after Kanye just did what he did. But anyway, the score wasn't hitting like I thought it should. It should have really had that godly mode to it. You know what I mean? Some it should have really hit. They could have got, a better composer when it came to that, or not necessarily a better composer, but actually really put some oomph in it. But I do understand, this movie almost didn't get made.
I don't. Warner got an amazing library. Warner Music, they would have done better off using some of their own royalty-free music, dramatic music, typing that in. It would have been better than Kanye West.
Yeah, Kanye was, though. It didn't.
That scene, like,
because those fight scenes needed something. Them fights, because it was just seeing how Hawkman was giving it all he had to Black Adam to just get him to notice him. It was like, damn, man, that needs some dramatic music.
They needed some Duel of Fates or something going on.
You know what I mean? But for the most part, that's breaking down the film. Let's talk about our favorite scenes or the scenes we didn't like, man. What you got, bro? Because you one of those, you got that eye, so you be in there.
Man, to be honest, I gave up my favorite scene already in the beginning when he woke up. Nothing topped that in the whole movie, and it's okay because everything else just follows second to it. So I'm going to go in with scenes I didn't like, bro. Yo, y'all did my boy Dr. Fate wrong. Y'all scandalous for that, bro.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
This supposed to be the DC Doctor Strange. Mind you, if he gon' go out, not like that, bro. Not like that. This the weakest incarnation of Dr. Fate. Why y'all doing like that? It wasn't nobody in the writers' room reading the comic book. Well, actually, he can teleport. He got stabbed with a bare hand.
Nah, it ain't happening.
After he just went blow to blow with Hawkman and the Black Adam.
Nope, it ain't happening.
Come on, man, that wasn't even consistent. And I hate inconsistent power gauges. That'll kill a whole movie for me. His death scene was just awful. I can't put another word, especially when you got my favorite 007 playing him.
Yeah, Pierce was
y'all did Pierce wrong, bro. It didn't even make no sense. Naboo didn't help him, tell him what type of magic to use or something like that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Nah, I cause it's funny because your worst part and my favorite part has to do with Dr. Fate. Because when Dr. Fate was using his abilities,
he was tight, bro. When he was bending dimensions,
he was like, he made him go back to Kahndaq, and then Hawkman came and socked him. It's like, oh, They've been working together. Like it was very dope. And then
they had synergy.
They had synergy. And then seeing Cyclone come in, that whole it was like really like a one shot. When they first introduced him and said, "Yo, you need to get back in there." Cyclone came in, she came out and she did her thing and she got the wind around him and stuff. And then Adam Smasher came. I just love that whole. These guys never teamed up together.
No.
And to see them like, yo, this guy's serious. We need to kind of work together.
That's what you do when you got two veterans leading the fight.
Yeah, and then you know, Adam Smasher hitting Hawkman like a fly. He flew in, bow, like, you know, like it was cool seeing things like that. But Dr. Fate really stole the show for me. I've been waiting to see Dr. Fate on the movie screen for years, man.
Same.
Especially when Doctor Strange came out. I was like, Doctor Strange is tight, y'all. But Dr. Fate and Naboo is on another level, y'all.
You're dealing with gods now.
Like, yo, that helmet is not to be played with. Like, you know what I mean? So, and it's funny because after this video, I'm going to go watch Dr. Fate on Superman animated series. I'm going to watch that. Let's give this movie a grade, bro.
Man, the story and the motivations behind the plot were so bad, I can't see myself giving this nothing but a 2.5. But The Rock as Black Adam and the fight scenes we did get were so good. So good. It brought it all the way back up to a solid 3. If you turn your brain off, you can't get this movie no lower than a 3 out of 5.
Oh, man. I'll say this. I knew what I was going to get.
Yeah, just a mindless action movie.
I understood. I won't say just a mindless action movie because there is some take in here, especially, you know, dealing with the very end. But I didn't, how can I say it? What do you expect to get out of a Black Adam film? Especially when you don't introduce Shazam in here, the wizard. You know what I mean? You talk about him, you show him. You know what I mean? It's things like that. So I already knew what I was getting. Personally, me, I had a great time watching it. My kids enjoyed it. It's nothing like this. We were in the car. They were arguing about Black Adam. My daughter's 12. She knows a little bit more about Black Adam. My son just watched the movie, and she's trying to tell him, and he's telling her what he just watched, and they're arguing. It's the craziest thing in the world for a father to hear. The kids are arguing about comic books. I love it. For me, I'm going to give this movie a 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to give it because the action is why I came. The story was dreadful, and subpar acting and motivation, like you said, was just not there, man.
I wanted to give it a higher grade, but I couldn't lower the bar because it's like I say this all the time. They had all the ingredients to make a good cake, but they made a mediocre cake.
Yeah.
It'd be different if they didn't have the ingredients. I'd be like, oh, it was 4 out of 5. But no, the ingredients were there. But I don't know if that's director fault. I think it's studio interference. I really feel like if you look at some of his other works, he's not a choppy director. I feel like he shot a 3-hour movie and they cut it down.
Yeah. And they took a lot of elements out.
But it just really shows.
Yeah.
And they pick and chose the wrong elements to focus on.
And it's okay because we do know that when this movie was being made, it was under different ownership at Warner Brothers.
Right.
Things have changed. David Zaslav.
One thing I can say without a doubt, regardless of how I'm critiquing the movie or not, I cannot say this more. This movie is the most fun I've had watching DC movie since Aquaman.
This movie is the most fun I had since I watched any superhero movie in theaters.
Yeah.
In a very long time. Since Endgame, I will have to say.
Okay.
Like the most fun. Like I mean, we watch these movies, we enjoy them, but
you don't gotta think. You just sit down.
You're like, man, this fool finna fight him, bro.
Yes.
Let's go fight.
Very satisfying fights.
But talk about the elephant in the room real quick before we get up out of here. Superman, Big Blue showed up.
Let's go. That's thanks to The Rock, guys. Hope you know that he demanded that he face off against Henry Cavill Superman in this movie. And that's what he got. But we wouldn't have got that without The Rock putting his foot down. Because for whatever reason, Insider, they wanted Henry Cavill gone.
Look, Henry Cavill showed up, fully suited.
Saturated colors.
The right colors.
The curl.
The new haircut. We need to talk. That's what I'm talking about.
And he had his chest out. Snyder's Superman be like kind of hunched over. Superman.
He was Superman. I don't know the motive of it, of how everything's going down, because he might be Bizarro. But I will say, I enjoyed seeing this. Now, I got to talk about this before we get out of here. as a comic book fan and a fan of Shazam, you guys know this. You guys know me. You guys know me. I'm a fan of Shazam. I did not like this part. It has nothing to do with my review because I didn't want it. It's not going to take. It's more of what I know. I didn't understand why the wizard Shazam never showed up. Yeah. Once Black Adam came out of that tomb that he was held in, he was put there. He killed the other wizards. He came out. Shazam never showed up. I felt that was a missed opportunity of depth. I knew this was going to happen when they hired Zachary Levi to play Shazam, and everybody said I was tripping. I was like, this guy has no muscles, and he's like, he's working out, and he was lifting a 40-pound bar. I knew this was going to happen because, traditionally speaking, when Black Adam came out of that tomb, that team should have been much different.
Yeah.
That team should have been, literally, the wizard would have came and fought Black Adam and got wrecked. Shazam was going to come in with the JSA, which he is part of, with Hawkman, Dr. Fate, the Spectre, Stargirl, maybe Wildcat, maybe, and they were going to have to face Black Adam.
And all get beat up, and then Superman come and save everybody.
Not necessarily. Nah, because Shazam and Hawkman, they would have held their own.
He not a good Shazam, though.
No. Zachary Levi's not a good Shazam. Okay. I'm talking about what it should have been.
Okay.
Because if you had picked what's his name? I always Alan Richards. Jack Ryan. Is Jack Ryan?
Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher. It would have been a totally different thing.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the problem. Like, I thought it was a missed opportunity because that would allow Big Blue to show up. Like, yo, there are magnitudes of heroes in here.
I'm just as critical as you, but I feel like the Shazam sequel is going to be taking place at the same time or slightly before this, and it's going to explain why the Shazam wizard didn't show up. So I'm going to give it to that movie and hold my judgment until then.
All right, but when it don't happen,
then I'm going to be with you. Yeah.
Yeah. I felt a missed opportunity. Like, for these characters that showed up like that, you could have really gave me a powerhouse. You could have even brought the Martian Manhunter if you wanted to, just to put some spunk in there.
At least they showed us we are going to see Black Adam Superman fight.
Yeah.
That's happening.
And in that fight, we are going to see the Martian because he is in Justice League.
Yeah.
So, but that's my little nah. You got anything?
Nah, that's about it.
All right, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and press that subscribe button. Thumbs up this video. Don't forget to share Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Also, follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm here for the smoke.
Absolutely. I want to know what you guys thought about this movie, man. For real.
Huh.
No BS. For real. Let's have fun. Let's talk about it.
Just keep it respectful. We'll have fun.
I'm J3.
And I'm Sable Rocks.
Road to 100,000 subscribers.
Get there.